have anything to sip on? Because you're going to be talking for a while. You know that, right?
I'm good. I'm ready. Bring it on.
Okay. Dry mouth ass girl.
Whatever. Not you good. Whatever.
About toxic relationships. Have you ever been in one? Have you been the toxic person in a relationship? Things like that. So we're gonna expose each other ourselves.
Hello, good morning. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whatever time it is where you are. This is a Just Shay and Friends. And a little disclaimer, today is Just Shay and Gay Friends, okay? So Mom, don't watch this one. Don't watch this one, okay? And today I have a couple of very special friends with me. First off, we're gonna start with my friend Sade. Good morning, honey.
Good morning, baby.
Sade, tell everybody how you and I met.
How did we meet? I think I was on live on TikTok, and like you on my live, and I don't know what I was talking about, probably nonsense, I don't know, but I was like, hey, is that Stacey? So yeah, but we was cool ever since then.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts. We've been cool ever since because I just vibe with you. That's why you're here today, because we vibe and we got stuff to say. And guess who else got stuff to say? Sade's friend. Sade, please introduce us friend.
This is Ace. This is my friend as well. We met on TikTok as well.
How y'all doing? Also met on TikTok. Sade was doing nonsense. As usual. Like she was talking about nonsense. She invited me in the panel. I didn't even know this woman. Just been friends ever since.
It's always the intrusive invite into the
invite.
live.
Yes,
what is that about?
I will pull you in. Yes, I will pull you in. Because how we not talking?
Don't even ask.
I was in the comments.
That's not good enough for me. I need to feel you.
It's not good enough. Good Lord have mercy. Honey, we moving right along. Today we're going to be talking about relationship stuffs and our, past relationship stuff. So if y'all want to get messy and be in our business, try to watch to the end. Okay?
This is your time, because it ain't happen.
Facts. It might not happen again because I really don't talk much about this stuff. It's personal. But for the sake of the conversation and to try to help some people, we're going to talk about it. Okay. So, Sade, can you please tell our friends out there watching us about the topic today? What's the topic going to be today?
About toxic relationships. Have you ever been in one? Have you been the toxic person in a relationship? Things like that. So we're gonna expose each other ourselves.
Not Sade exposing everybody, honey.
Right. I've been waiting on that.
I've been waiting on it. That's why
yeah, she Mr. Burns. Excellent. Okay. So first of all, I like to get literal. Okay, y'all know me. The first thing I'm gonna do is look something up because we want to be presented the correct definition as we talk about it. Okay. So I got this from the Oxford Languages Dictionary. I'm a nerd and I like this dictionary. I approve of it. Okay. All right. So toxic is defined. The first definition is not what we want. Okay. It's just poisonous, the dumping of toxic waste. Obviously, that's not what we're talking about. And
it is technically it does fit. Technically, it does fit. It's poison. It's toxic. I don't want it.
You're right. Let's leave it there then.
I'm gonna call y'all poison from now on.
And then it also says the similar poisonous, venomous. Okay, the second one is very harmful or unpleasant in a persuasive or insidious way, a toxic relationship in quotations.
Y'all been doing both of these in one. Y'all be talented.
All together.
I did the other one. I did the smaller one, like had issues, but I wasn't venomous.
Because there are levels to it, ain't it, Ace?
I feel like
there's levels to toxicity. We're gonna talk about it. All right. So we just defined it. And to me, that definition pretty much means what we just been talking about. Toxic means that you poisonous, you doing stuff to persuade people. You're doing it in a harmful and unpleasant way. Because there are times you can persuade somebody to do something positive, but you're doing it in a negative way, that's toxic to me.
My definition of toxic is doing something you know or will be like, will make your partner or someone else in the relationship uncomfortable purposely. Like, they're going to do it, but you either play on their emotions, like, they're going to forgive you or gaslight them. Like, that's toxic to me.
I was piggybacking off of you, Ace. Like, pretty much being toxic can be very manipulative, playing on somebody's, like she said, playing on somebody's emotions. If you know that your significant other is a very emotional being and they're actually a human being, a toxic person is going to take advantage of that.
Yes,
100%.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Hey,
yeah,
I've seen it.
Yeah,
I have definitely seen it and done it. And when I'm feeling petty, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm mad. I'm like, oh, okay, I know she about to cry if I do this. Yeah, I've done it.
Yeah, my pettiness is like, putting an extra, sprinkle of salt in your food or something, or like taking the aglet off your shoelace, the little plastic part, stuff
You are diabolical.
Or making or praying that you get a short today and that you can't fix it, like some shit like that. That's what I be doing. Like, that's my pettiness. Like, I got a song, like I got a whole anthem, like a song for it type shit.
Remind me not to piss Ace off.
Cause baby, I'm
not the aglet.
Silent petty.
No, okay. So Ace, I used to like threaten. Keyword used to threaten her a lot. Talking about I'm a tripper and all this other stuff. And she told me, well, when you come to my house, I'm going to take your straw, I'm going to lick it, and I'm going to put it back in. I was just like, who does stuff like that? At least you see me doing something to you. You do stuff when I can't see it. Like, now I can't get it out.
No, I'm going to do it. I'm planning on doing it in your face because I want you to see me lick the straw and put it back. Like, now you can't drink that. That's mine.
That's even worse.
That's disgusting, friend. I will say that. But I now know not to fuck with you. So
yeah, and because I already know she took a sip, I know, and she liked it and she good because she hit that face like, this was good. That's why you take the straw out, you lick the bottom, put it back.
Not this sound effects. I'm weak.
Again, that's why the keyword was used to.
Yes,
I can't leave her alone now.
No, look, no judgment. This is a safe zone. Nobody judging you here, and they better not. They better not. Don't nobody judge here. This is a safe zone. And we know that this is the past. Okay? We're not these people anymore. That's why we feel free to talk about it.
Right. So continue with that, like, what are some of y'all toxic traits? I just told y'all that petty straw thing, that's a little bit of my toxicity. When you make me mad, I do petty shit like that. But what are some of y'all toxic traits?
I deflect a lot.
You do what?
I deflect a lot. Like, I'll bring up some stuff that you did and to make you feel bad. Yeah.
To take the attention off of what you did.
There you go. I deflect a lot. And that way the person be like, I did mess up. So maybe it's me. So now it's like now the attention is no longer on me because now let's think about your issue. Now don't think about
let's talk about you now.
Yeah.
Wild. Oh, has that ever hurt your relationship you had or something?
No, because then
she said no so fast.
It was, if you ain't never messed up with me in the first place, I wouldn't have any luggage on.
Right. She wouldn't have this defense mechanism.
See? Maybe that's still toxic of me.
So, my thing is some toxic behavior be brought on. That's my thing. That's not saying that it's good, but also, punching somebody in the face is not good. But if they get all up in your face and, you've said several times, that was brought on. That punch in the face, that was brought on. So some type of toxic behavior is brought on. And in my case, depending on the situation, it's susceptible because you did this. You know what you did, okay? You know what you did. I think my toxic trait is kind of similar to Sade's, but I do little baby gaslighting sometimes when I feel like I'm in trouble or caught with something. Little baby, like, what are you talking about? Was I even yesterday? I don't
Now I'm about to find
remember.
out if you gaslight me.
It's a little baby gaslighting sometimes.
Now I'm about to go through text messages because
Right,
what?
now I'm about to go
Girl.
double check these conversations. Like, this girl gaslit me.
I don't know. I don't know why I do this, but only like if I feel like it's something very serious I got caught with, or I know I shouldn't have been doing it, and or I left out information I should have told somebody. You know, that's when I do it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
it's never hurt a relationship.
I don't think so because I am very a type of person that feel guilty when I think I do something bad. So later on, I'd be like, why you just tell me? So then I go back and listen. Before, when I said such and such, you were right. I'm wrong. So yeah, I'm very upfront because I be feeling guilty, honey. I really don't want to do nothing bad. I'm a
Right,
you know
got a
saying?
conscience.
I'm an angle.
All right. My toxic trait, I would say, is I think I got a couple of them, maybe. I don't know if they're toxic, but like when I feel hurt or whatever, I go into a little self-isolation and I don't want to talk, and that can be hard to like communicate. So like communication sometimes is a toxic point for me because it's like when I try to, you don't hear me, but when you want me to listen to you, it's like, okay. Or I'm just like not in the headspace or like having a moment and I can't actually understand. So it's like taking me a minute. And so communication can be a toxic trait for me sometimes, but like, has it ever hurt a relationship? Yes. I was in a relation. I was in the talking stage, almost to the dating stage of this young lady who was in the army. So, communication is key with them. Otherwise, you could potentially end up the second wife and you didn't know you was the second wife type shit. So I was like communicating with her, but I forgot to communicate that we were going to a certain thing and there were other people that it was another lady that I was talking to that was going to be in the same vicinity. I should have communicated that, but that was on me. So like it has hurt her relationship because from that point on, she now looks at me differently, like, and I don't like that. So I was like, damn.
I feel you on that one. Oh my gosh. I hate that because you can't take it back. You can't do it over.
Yeah, you can't take it back.
Alrighty. So I guess I'll start off with asking the question, what made you be the toxic person in your relationship, in past relationships, things of that nature? And I'll start it off. So don't judge me, okay? This is a judgment-free zone, right, Shay?
Yeah, safe space, honey. Nobody better not.
Okay, so as y'all know, I am bisexual. So starting off, I was all the way with men. Okay. And my last boyfriend, I told him I did not want to be with him. It was like he was doing some things that I was not happy with, things of that nature. Around this time, like, and the type of person I am, I need to put this out there as well. The type of person, if I say I do not want to be with you anymore, I mean it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm really over it. I've already given you your chances and you have yet to prove that, you've changed. So when I'm over it and you still beg and I'm the type of person I feed on, I don't want to hurt this person's feelings. That's me. So I stayed in that relationship to make him happy. Meanwhile, while I was in that relationship, I was doing other stuff, because I wanted to explore the I like women stage, you know what I'm saying? So I was still, boosting him up as if I was still happy, but low down, deep inside, I really wasn't. I didn't want to be there anymore. And I would say that that's toxic because I'm still, like y'all young folks say, gaslighting him, thinking that we're good and we were never good. You know what I'm saying?
That's bad.
Huh? You said that was bad?
That was pretty toxic. That was pretty toxic.
Yeah, I think it was. I really do.
And I think it was more so is because it was more toxic to yourself.
Right.
Like you let yourself stay there, and that's what I feel is like toxic. Like, yes, it was toxic, for him, like, what you did towards him, but thinking about it psychologically, what it's doing on you is like you're basically saying like I'm okay with staying in this situation if I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do anyway. Like we both just gonna be in here just doing what we do. Like
You hurt
I like
yourself
how you
more.
put that because I never thought of it being toxic to myself. You know what I'm saying? I never thought of it like that. So that was actually a good input.
Yes, I agree with Ace. You hurt yourself more in that relationship. You probably clueless.
And you probably started like a pattern that you didn't even know now, but now like you can look back like, damn,
yeah, it makes you
long.
reflect yourself too. Yeah,
I stayed too long.
Definitely. We're not judging you, friend. You did that to survive.
Yeah.
But you are very self-aware, I could tell. So it's probably not gonna happen again. We good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just jump right on into my story. Mine's a little bit worse now. See, this is why I wanted to go first. I didn't want to be as bad. The more you going last, sorry, Ace, it's gonna seem like yours is way worse.
No.
We'll see. Okay, so my story, it goes like this. I was in the military. Some of y'all know, some of y'all don't, but I was in the military for 15 years. And during this time, I was half like out and half not. Some people knew I was gay, some people didn't. Okay. There was this one particular guy that I did happen to tell because I hung out with his wife at one point. So she saw my lifestyle. They both did.
That makes sense. Okay, I got you.
Yes. So he knew. We went on deployment. It was a very, very, very long deployment. Okay. We went on deployment and I saw that my friend, homeboy, was cheating on his wife. So me knowing that probably when they get home, probably they're not gonna be together no more. So I asked him, I was like, what? I was like, are you still gonna be with old girl when you get back? And he was like, no, I'm trying to find a way to tell her. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hurt her or whatever, but I like shorty now. So and I was like, I feel you, bro. No judgment here, right? So I started texting the wife, emailing her, rather, because I thought she was cute anyway, and I knew it was gonna end. So I was trying to go ahead and slide in. So when I get home,
let me get my foot in early.
Yeah.
Let me get there early. Okay.
Yeah, I ain't do nothing crazy though. It was just on some girl, this girl that, somebody to talk to. That's what that was.
Let me come on the friend tip. Let me be on the friend tip.
I was her best friend for like 6 months via, you know what I'm saying, while I was on deployment. Best friends. So when we got home,
hey friend.
When we got home, he broke it to her. She called me crying. Crying out, girl, you better come over. Come on up. So that happened.
You got the Superman hero syndrome.
That happened. That was very toxic. But also, we got into a relationship further down the line. Okay. And
you told her?
No, actually. I ain't never tell her. She probably gonna see this. My fault. Or not. I mean, I don't know.
It probably was
apologizing. I did it. Okay.
It probably was for the best,
It probably was. Because it could have ended way worse. He could have broke up with her and she had nobody.
Yeah.
And then also she was using me as a rebound. So that's toxic too. Cancels out. Cancels out. Okay.
Cancels out.
It does. It cancels out. This is what I was gonna say. So while I was in like dating phase with her, I was doing something that I now know is called love bombing. I was like, according to my research, like learning everything about her and then saying I liked it too. So I would have stuff to talk about. So a little background on me, I have social anxiety. So a lot of my communication that you see is like stuff that I research. And I even took a public speaking class in high school and college. So I did a lot of research. So, and I learned that you can have a better conversation when you have stuff in common. So I took that to the 11th degree. And I learned everything about her. And then every time she talked about something she liked, I knew about it. So I was like, oh yeah, I seen that episode. I read that book. I love it too.
So it was like, okay, so that can be very toxic. You're
right, but I was everything that I did that would be kind of considered toxic, I was in the talking phase. Like literally, like we didn't even get like I didn't even take shorties on dates type shit. And I have a little my masculinity comes through, okay, in relationships. Like I could be over chivalrous if I feel the need to, like if I feel like you have on an outfit that I feel like you want to be presented as a princess, I'm gonna give you that princess treatment. Like basically, like I'm gonna give you what you want, and it's gonna be like you're gonna be like, okay, this little short motherfucker. Sorry, I don't know if we can curse, but I just did. But like this little short motherfucker over here opening my doors, telling me I can't like touch the handles and shit, like overdoing it. So it's kind of like, oh, like I can instantly like this, but when I'm not paying attention, like I'm pulling back and it's like it could be hurtful. So like that could be hurtful for her times and very toxic. So it's just like
That's toxic.
you get like you showing me this, but then like when you're like going through something, you're either you stop communicating for a little bit and then you pull away and then you come back. Like it's more so for me like trying to get myself together to come back because I don't like reacting to anything. I really hate reacting. I'd rather respond to you. So that's what I think like I'm doing for myself. But looking back at it and realizing how like that interaction that's hurtful. Like this girl just went out of nowhere and then came back. Like what the fuck's going on here? It's a little confusing and like
Goodness.
but still being that chivalrous person, but I'm pulled back. So it's just like I don't know. So it's like that mixed signal thing. So that's what I was in my toxic.
I know what you mean, Ace. I can relate to that actually, because
Yeah.
I'm not all the way, mass. I don't identify as a stud, but I do have masculine qualities, and I do that too.
Working on it.
We're not judging at all.
We working.
At all. No judgment. No
That's
judgment.
crazy because I never even realized.
Like I was trying to get to know her or whatever, and like the like the card games where you have to ask each other questions and stuff. So I thought I started doing that for and for a first date, so easier to fill them out if I want to like continue talking to them, like dating, like romantically or like friendship, like so I know how to operate myself and what I'm like my path right now. And this like the question was, what do you consider dating? She said she basically told me she has never been on a date. Everything has just been hanging out. So yeah, exactly that same face. So I said, like, what do you mean, like just hanging out? And I gave the scenario if like so let's say for example it's just me and you and we go on a picnic or go out to eat and stuff like that. What do you consider that? She said that's just us hanging out. Ma'am, no, that is a date.
Okay, can I say something? Because sometimes
that
can be No, can I just say?
Go ahead.
A lot of times, and just in relationships, getting to know people, things of that nature. If you don't specify it's a date, it can actually be looking at as we are hanging out, we're chilling.
I was with you for a second, but then I thought about what Sade said. And honestly, do we even just say it out of our mouths? This is what this is. I don't think I do. I don't think I do. I just expect that they know because of what's happening, like common sense. But at the same time, there's no communication.
Right. I feel like sometimes, especially in this kind of generation, this type of how people work with, you really can't say, and I'm sorry, I only been a lesbian or bisexual. Right. I've only been this for a while. I mean, for a little bit. However, you still have to say, hey, I'm interested in you. This is going to be more. We're going to do this. You have to actually physically say that because at the end of the day, I don't know if we're going to be chill or not. That makes sense.
I don't really feel like y'all stuff is all that bad.
Exactly.
Nobody's really is.
No, like it's all, and honestly, what I got for all of us is been communication. Like our toxic traits is that communication is fucking hard for everyone in different ways.
Yeah.
So
it is very hard. It is very
hard. It definitely is.
It is. I would much rather write down than talk it out.
And that's and in my ex, like my last relationship, we wrote letters to each other. Like if we were feeling like really good about each other one day, we'll write it down. If we were having a bad day and we were like we needed to like talk to each other and we weren't hearing each other, we ended up writing notes to let each other know, like, hey, this is what I was feeling at the moment. Like, I wasn't trying to do this. You know, it made it more clear because then you can actually hear it in their voice in your head instead of the screaming that you probably hear in your ears. Okay. Are you willing to stay if your partner has a toxic trait?
Oof. Oof. Mm. And
Yes.
right now, we talking about this present person we are right now.
Yes.
No.
At this, the present person as you are you willing to stay with someone who has a toxic trait? Like, are you willing to work with them through it because of what you have learned about you yourself with these in your toxic traits? Like, are you willing to stay, or are you like what are the factors that's going to make you not stay?
I can say this. I feel like everybody can change, really can. And like I'm the type of person I want to give everybody a chance. You know what I'm saying? And if that person, if you see progress, if you see growth, why not stay with that person? If that person just really doesn't want to be toxic anymore, they want to make the relationship work, why not stay, you know, and give them a chance? It's the problem is if they keep doing the same stuff and it becomes repetitive. That's when you're like, okay, well, for my peace and my mind, I need to move on. But if that person is
what's the last straw, Sade?
Yeah, what's
because you said repetitive, but I mean, obviously it's up for discussion to each person, but what's too much? Like at this point, you haven't changed.
What's too much for you? Yeah. What's too much for you?
Well, I guess what's too much for me, I mean, I guess when my peace starts getting more and more disturbed, when I feel like I'm disintegrating. I hope that is a really good word that I'm using right now.
It is.
Deteriorating, or, you know, I'm being torn down, you know, and I've seen myself change, and that, especially if in relationships that were extremely toxic. And that's when I have to say it's too much. If I can't find a way out, then yeah, I don't know how I'll deal with it. But normally if it's too much, that's when I say, okay, I've had enough. When I see that I have not physically grown.
Yeah, I got you.
For me,
because I feel like in every relationship you're supposed to grow.
Absolutely. I was just about to say that. For me, it's like I feel like if they're not making me better and I'm not making them better, that's it. I'm done. So I would stay because like I'm like Sade, I want to think that they're gonna change. Maybe they don't know they're doing this. Maybe they don't, maybe I'm not communicating good enough. You know, I'm always like that. Like maybe it's something I am doing. So I'm gonna give them another chance. But if it gets to that point, then I'm like, nah. If I feel like I'm getting worse in just general, because when I'm with somebody and I'm happy and, you know, the love is there and it's healthy, I am doing more things. I am building things. You know what I'm saying? I'm cleaning every day. When I stop doing those things that I like, then I'm like, okay, honey, you're ruining my peace. And then that's it.
I get that. And I know I've done too much or I stayed too long when I can feel surrounded, like in a public place, like I can feel surrounded and just like done. Like that's and like you're there when you're supposed to be my person that helps pull me out. Like we're in a public place, I'm down, and no one pulls me out of that space to bring me with everyone else. Like that's when it's like, yo.
He said, would you date yourself now if it wasn't weird? And I was like, nah.
Would I date myself now?
Yeah.
Like the person who I am right now.
What type of a person you are, and that should let you know if you should, like, you know, what you should do.
Honestly, I would date myself because a lot, like, if you would have asked me that, like, back, you know, a couple years ago, I probably would have said no. Like, I have no idea why.
20-year-old you.
No, like, I want to say about about age 25, 27. Like, it was like, no, no. Or like, even like just a long time, it would have been no. Up until this point, this moment, I would actually say yes. Now I will actually say yes. But up until this moment, I would have said no. Like,
same.
But same like thing. Starting to like actually like hear these women that I do start to show interest in, and like hear how they talk to me, hear how I talk to them, and like how they interact and like how we interact with each other and each other's friends. It says a lot that like yo, I would date me, like, cause like it
Mhm.
actually, like, I'm actually proving it to myself that, you know, I am worth this type of love. I am worth the love that I'm trying to give out, you know. So
Man, know your
I'm
worth,
working on
queen.
it. I'm working on it.
You better know your worth, queen.
Hey,
And what
like
about
I
you,
said, I'm
Sade?
working on it. I'm working on it.
What about you, Sade?
That's a very hard question. If you would have asked me a couple of years ago, I would be like, hell yeah, I'm a cool ass person. I mean, at this point in my life, I would say no because this person right now is not healed yet. So I would say no.
Girl, that healed person be hurting, that unhealed person be hurting other people.
Exactly.
Oh,
That's
I
why
do.
I would say no
Mhm.
because not being healed could damage another person who is healed and happy
Right.
and growing and flourishing.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't want to cause that pain to anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would not.
I'm with you on that. I'm definitely with you on that. All right. We done touched on all the subjects.
Yeah, look at us.
Yeah, look at us. My last little nugget, I think, would be something that I learned myself. And just segue off of the last conversation we had, would you date yourself? So I was asked this question at a point in my life a few years back, and my answer was no, only because I knew I would ruin my peace. And that made me want to change. So the sooner you start to be self-aware with your toxicity, that's
Yeah.
when you can start healing and, asking yourself these tough questions. And then, I don't think that you would be, I don't think a lot of the stuff that I did back then, I wouldn't even dare do today, because for what? I'm not that person no more. And I'm glad that I can say that. So that's my last little nugget. No matter what you did in the past, it matters who you are now.
Gotcha. Yeah,
I like that.
I like
Thank
that.
you. Thank you.
I like that. So for me, for a little wrap up, I would say communication is key. Learn different forms of it. Learn, like, whether that be learning a new language or just learning how to speak to someone in their love language or their, not so love language sometimes, because sometimes it varies. You want different results. So I would say just learn different relationships, observe your surroundings, who you're around, and how they interact with you, how you interact with them. So gotta be a little poetic on it.
Sade?
All right, I guess my little wrap up would be, since we talking to the people, it would be to protect your peace. You know what I'm saying? Do anything that's necessary. It's okay to hurt a person's feelings if you are protecting yourself. That goes back to what I was saying when, I like to be, protect the other person's emotions and their feelings and not thinking about myself.
Right.
So, start thinking about yourself, even if it hurts the other person, because you're hurting yourself. Because I learned that from them. You're hurting yourself more than you're hurting the other person.
Okay, Sade.
Right on.
Girl, you better say that. You
We even got growth as we're on the podcast. We even have growth.
Yeah.
I love
Girl, yes.
it.
Because some of the stuff Ace was saying, I was like, had to check myself. I was like,
Man, some of the stuff y'all was saying, checking myself, like, ooh.
honey, this podcast helped me. I hope it helped y'all, because that's what
It did.
We're not just here to bash nobody. There's no judgment. So feel free to be in the comments. We will be there too. And if anybody messing with you, you let me know, because that's not what we're here to do. We're here to heal together. And honestly, I feel good now. This morning, I woke up and I was, okay. And now that I've released all that with my friends, I feel good. So feel free to be in the comments, okay? I will talk back. All right. And since these are my friends got stuff going on. So Ace, why don't you tell us what you got going on, where the people can find you on the socials of medias?
Okay. So in grand scheme of things, I'm trying to build a community, y'all. And eventually, right now it's gonna be a virtual community. So y'all can find me on Discord. I can send y'all the link. We can plug that a little bit below or something like that. Also you can follow me on any type of social media with Victorious_Ace. So that's TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat. But yeah, so big things coming. Community center, a true community center is coming soon.
Period. Thank you. Ace, Sade, what you got going on? Where can the people find you?
Well, you can find me on TikTok. You can always look me up, Sade, Charde, Marie, Marie. So yeah, I'm always there. You can always click follow. If I do go live or if I'm in somebody else's live, you can always catch me on there as well. So yeah.
All right. And I thank y'all again for watching and thank my friends for coming. We might do it again. Do y'all want to see my friends again? Let me know in the comments, okay? And even if y'all don't want to see them again, we're going to do it again.
You ain't got no choice.
Right.
We gonna see this again.
We coming back.
We doing it again, okay? Because this stuff needs to be talked about. All right. And if y'all have a next topic that y'all want us to talk about, let us know. We'll do all the heavy lifting for you. And you know me, I'm about to do this research, honey.
Right. And I'm gonna do this me search. I'm gonna search me.
Hey, girl. You better.
Hey, that was a plug from Consciously. I ain't gonna steal no man's intellectual property.
Because I was about to say, honey, that was
that bars.
Bars.
Thank you everybody for joining us. This has been Just Shay and Friends. Just say Shay and Rainbow Friends, okay? Not just regular friends. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.